day from Money 2020 here in Amsterdam. With me today is Vinicius Vieira. Vinicius is the head of business development at Brazil's Bexs Bank. Vinicius, welcome.
Thanks. Pleased to meet you, Andrew.
Equally. Please tell us a little about Bexs Bank.
Well, the best way to describe us, we're a regulated FX bank in Brazil that can be embedded as an FX API into other digital banks and wallets in Brazil that would like to offer foreign exchange for their consumer base, either B2B or B2C, to worldwide markets.
So your clients are mainly FinTechs?
Correct. So basically, think about a digital bank like Revolut or Nubank
Yes.
that are offering FX services to Brazilian consumers. So they embed our FX API into their solution, so they are able to offer to their client base the capabilities to load their wallets into foreign currency. That's also true with B2B. So imagine you have like a corporation in Brazil providing international payments for Brazilian corporations. So they would also embed our FX solution so we can execute the payment to the beneficiary offshore.
And what is the X factor that makes them choose to work with Bexs Bank?
Basically technology. FX in Brazil is heavily regulated and heavily complex, and we have transformed this complexity into fluid API flows, right? That can give, for the consumer base of our partners, the best experience they could have for executing an FX transaction. So I think that our uniqueness is our technology.
Excellent. And are you only working in Brazil at this stage, or are you expanding internationally?
As of today, we are a regulated FX bank in Brazil only, but we've been acquired. We've been acquired in May 2022 by Iberi, which is a global PSP. It's a British company that offers multi-currency accounts for small and medium businesses. And obviously, with this acquisition, our intention is also like to move towards other markets.
Excellent. So I take it that the Iberi deal brings your technology to them and their markets to you.
That's correct. So we are still in a phase of getting the approval of the Brazilian Central Bank of the acquisition because we are regulated FI in Brazil. But yeah, you're correct. So imagine Iberi with great capabilities of offering multi-currency accounts for worldwide SMBs, willing to explore a really big market, which is Brazil. So we have a set of technology that would allow them to access easy the Brazilian market and expand their operation with Brazil, but also a technology that would allow them to make usage for expanding technologically wise into other markets as well.
Well, what is driving your growth? Is it, for example, increased demand for foreign currency deals in Brazil, or the general growth of FinTech, or something else?
There are three spots that are driving our growth. So the first one is there's a big movement of Brazilian consumers willing to access global markets. So I'm talking about natural persons that like to have funds in foreign currencies, either because they are traveling to an offshore country, or also because they want to get protected against inflation rates in stronger currencies, or invest in an asset in a regulated exchange offshore. So this is a really big source of growth for us. Then there's e-commerce. Cross-border e-commerce keeps growing steadily, and we provide FX services for PSPs in the market that capture transactions of Brazilian consumers on behalf of foreign merchants. And the third one, and it's one of our biggest bets, is B2B flows, right? So what we've noticed is that small and medium businesses in Brazil, specifically, I think this is, generally speaking, is a reality in the market, but in Brazil, the small and medium businesses, they're not really well taken care of by the traditional banking and by the big banks. So in terms of FX handling, and we have a high hopes that with our combined offer with Iberi, we will be able to serve technologically, but also like give like multi-currency accounts for importers, exporters, and other businesses that need financial interaction with other companies offshore.
Are there particular themes or services or offerings you're talking about at this particular conference, or is this just another big conference in the emerging world of payments?
We have always like three main objectives here at Money 2020. So for us, it's how we engage with our worldwide partners, to have like global partners, so it's easier to get like here and interact with all of them at once. Secondly, of course, seek new partners that could be interested on our solution. And thirdly, the knowledge base. And in regards to the knowledge base, coming like into a really mature market in terms of banking and fintech like Europe, with a really mature regulation, gives us a lot of sense of direction on
Yes.
how to navigate in a heavily regulated market as well like Brazil, but that in some aspects is not there just yet, like in terms of open banking, for instance.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So these trends like open banking, these trends like the crypto space, the trends on alternative remittances, those are all topics that for us is pretty interesting to get knowledgeable about.
Sure.
So we can bring back home a little bit of knowledge to our product teams, to our regulatory teams, to our finance teams. So we can always find like the best alternatives, the most technological and evolved solutions in the market, so that we can also like transfer that to our partners.